Hey, what is up, squad? So we have just finished watching Beyblade Burst Evolution on the Patreon side. If you know, you know on how to get access to it, right? But dude, I'd have to say this season was fucking amazing. I love the season from start to obviously the start was definitely slow. In my opinion, I didn't enjoy the start too much, but I think after we got introduced to the Snake Pit Bladers, from there it was just like pure on gas. Like it just went up and up and up, and it just got better and better and better. And I just loved every bit of it, right? From there on out. All right, but we are doing a character tier list. Obviously we don't have all the characters. We have like just the main ones, right? Like there's no like Stan and like some of like the not well-known bladers as well, like just from the other teams, right? Like I don't really care too much about that. Who else is missing here? That's a main blader. Can't think of anyone at the top of my head, but I think I'm like fine with this for now, right? Like if you ask me, like Stan was like probably down here, man. I did not like that guy. 100% did not like him. But yeah. Also, after this character tier list, we're also gonna do a top 10 blader list like we always do, just like usual. But yeah. I'm pretty hyped for this. If you guys want early and uncut reactions, just make sure to check out the Patreon. Let's get right into it. All right, first one on the list is Xander, man. Okay. Xander, I think it was really cool the way they introduced him in Evolution. Like from the start, from the introduction all the way to the the team battles, he was fucking goated. Like I would have 100% put him at SS, but then when they had him at like the individual tournament, right, bro, they did him so dirty, bro. Like what the fuck were those cutout scenes, like off-screen fights, man? I was so pissed with the off-screen fights. I just did not like the fact that you off-screened Louis versus Xander. You also off-screened him versus Renwu, right? Who else did he verse? Did they off-screen him versus Free as well? I'm just trying to remember. I think they did too, right? Like, damn, I'm just like, you're kind of doing him dirty, especially for such a cool character, right? And the fact that the big five was so irrelevant, apart from Free and Louis, right, in the individual tournament was kind of crazy to me. Like, they called the big five, right? So that means they should be the top 5 bladers in the world, but they weren't even like close to the other bladers, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel kind of sad about this. You had this cool concept, and then you kind of just like threw them away, you know? All right, Daigo did. I wish they gave Daigo a bit more screen time. I really love Daigo in this, especially like in his fight with Joshua Burns, you know, and stuff like that. And then also the fight in the snake pit, he was fucking cool. Like I love the double hit, man. The double strike was so fucking cool, man. So I quite liked him. All right, Joshua Burns. I don't know, man. He was kind of like a B, or I think a B character for me. I didn't like his character too much. For being a top 5 blader, I don't think it was that strong, I guess. And like his moves were like very simple, just like the wall and the counter, and that was about it, right? Like I didn't like him too much. But he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. All right, Wakia, bro, it's like he formed his own team. Do I like him? Yeah, I kind of like him more than he formed his own team, and then I thought he would have had a goated team, but Silas left, and then the rest of his members were kind of just ass. No, like it was actually just pure ass. And then after they lost the team, he kind of just became like one of Volt's, I guess, sideys, you know, like he's just help Volt at every single, step and turn. So yeah, it was kind of a little bit average, the season, right? There wasn't too much focus on him. So yeah. All right, we had Norman. I think Norman was pretty solid. I actually like Norman. I think Norman was pretty cool. His bay's pretty fucking sick. The way they introduced him was dope. I think his battles were pretty clean as well. I definitely liked his character. So unfortunately, we didn't get more of him. But yeah, he didn't make it, to the semis. But I think it was pretty fucking solid. All right, Kuza. I don't know where to put Kuza, man. Like, I thought he was cool at the start with the ultra attack mode, ultra stamina mode. The tightrope walking was pretty solid. But then after that, we got like no growth. And then you get to like Snake Pit. And then he does the one gravity launch. And then never does that again. And then you just get no progress even after he joins the team, right? After he joins BC Soul. And it's just like no progress until he fights the Emperor, where he does his like ultra backflip move, right? Like it was just, I don't know where to put him, man. Like I kind of do like him. I think I'll put him around B. I don't know actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Okay, Renwu. I feel like we didn't get enough of Renwu. Like you made him. Obviously, they didn't state who was number 4 and who was number 5, right? Obviously, I just naturally assumed Renwu was number 4 because he was in the big 5 earlier than Xander, right? So I thought he would have been pretty fucking dope, but he had a cool entrance at the start with his kung fu moves that reminded me a lot of Deshayan. Like I thought they could have done something more with him, but no, they kind of just like sidelined him, and he even lost to Boa. He was just on a fat losing streak, man. Like he just didn't seem that dope. Like I can see him being cooler than Joshua, but then they kind of just made his character like, I don't know, man. So he's definitely a low B. All right, I'll vampire friend. What's his name again? Starts with C. It's at the top of my head. I can't think right now. But yeah, was it Chloe? Chloe, right? Okay, introduction, Madfire. Like when they first showed him, I thought he was gonna battle with Free, right? In that team battle with Free's team. I thought they were gonna make him battle with Free. No, they didn't. And like they gave him a cool concept. They made him seem pretty, solid as well as a blader. But then they just didn't give him that chance. And then after that, when do we see him again? In the where he tries to help Kuza, right? Train. And then he goes and fights Norman, but he gets absolutely cooked by Norman. So I definitely think there was potential, but then it was like kind of a bit wasted. I don't think he's too bad, so I definitely think he's B. Okay, Boa on the other hand. Okay, you give this weak kid, you make him strong, and then he beats Renwu, but then after beating Renwu is like there's nothing else, you know what I mean? In terms of character, I didn't really like his dialogue too much. Like he idolized Shu and then kept chasing him, and then when he lost, he kind of just abandoned. I didn't really like his character too much. I do think the Bay was pretty sick. I don't think he deserves C though. Yeah, I got a lot of B's today, huh? Okay, the Emperor. I think Emperor was so cool. Like first introduction, obviously I wasn't like, didn't know what to think at that time. But then after he like battled with Volt the first time, dude, he was so fucking sick. And the fact that he was undefeated before, but I'm a little bit sad that they could have done more. They could have made him a little bit more overpowered, I feel like. He definitely felt like they showed him as a super, super strong character. And then after that, it was a little bit underwhelming, like later during the individual tournament, right? I really hated his fucking subordinates, bro. The subordinates were so fucking annoying. Like, they were just so annoying. They kept yapping. It was just, maybe it was just the accent. Maybe I just didn't like the way he was talking, man. I was like, what the hell? But I do think it was a pretty solid A tier character. All right, Silas. Silas, we get introduced in episode 1, right? I actually liked him. Like, I think Zatum was fucking cool. The rolling defense, and then the way his base moves was sick. I think he's a pretty cool character as well. Pretty solid from episode 1 as well. The fact that he also appears on Wakia's team at first and then joins BC Soul. Yeah, I like him. I think he's pretty solid. I definitely give him a pretty good A this season. All right, Gossip. I love Gossip. I think the intensity from his kickboxing stuff, or was it Muay Thai? Muay Thai. Wait, was he doing Muay Thai? Yeah, I think he was doing Muay Thai, right? I think it was pretty solid. I love the way he launched and stuff like that, and like his special move, right, with the flying moves. Like, we need more of those aerial attacks, man. They were pretty fucking sick. So yeah, I definitely liked his character. I definitely put him definitely in the high B's. I think, at least I think I did like him more than Joshua. Iverson, like, he wasn't okay. Iverson was so annoying. Like, at the start, right, I put him on like the same level as like Stan and the other two. I forgot their names already. They kind of just like deleted from my existence because they were so annoying. But I didn't mind Iverson later. Like, he grew on me later. So I think it's pretty solid C. Like, C's not bad in my opinion. All right, Sasha. I like Sasha. I did like Sasha. I think that she was a pretty solid character overall. Just nothing noteworthy about her. She did have some character progression, but it was just nothing to, kind of like impact my decision. But obviously, she's still a C. So yeah. All right, Free on the other hand, just top tier from the start, straight up SS. Like from start to finish, cool character. introduced him with a left rotating Bay from the start, shown as the #1 blader in the world, and then doing the freehand rotation just like Ryuga, man. Like, I think that was pretty fucking cool. I do find it sad the way we kind of ended it off. Like with him obviously having to forfeit his match against Volt. But dude, the veiny thing, that was so cool, bro. The veiny power up, oh my fucking god. I don't even know what to say. That shit was so goated. It was so gas. I loved every bit of it. It was just fucking amazing, just the way he powered up. One thing I was a bit sad is that we didn't get the rematch though between him and Shu. I definitely would have loved to see like a battle between the two, because we didn't really get to see the first one. We do know he obliterated Shu before he became Red Eyes, right? I really wish we kind of did get that. So maybe next season, maybe something. I definitely would love to see that. Okay. Rantaro. Okay, I was so happy when he got an upgrade, right? At the start of the season. Like, the Rocktavor getting that upgrade was so fucking nice. The stamina launch, nice. We're giving him more moves, okay? With the stamina launch, the Rocktavor zone. But other than that, he just never got anything else. He just stagnated, stayed the same. And yeah, I'll be honest, I found him a bit boring this season. Obviously, I still think he was a bit better. Like, he's still my homie, right? So he's definitely in the C-Cat category. Let me just move him to the front. But I wish they could have gave him, made him better in a way. Like, because Volt just kept evolving, and then meanwhile, just Rintaro just like kept kind of like, stagnating in a way. Okay, Louis always top 10, man. Like, let's be honest, Louis was so goated. Like beating Free, beating Shu. That was so cool. And even when he lost to Shu, I still think it was pretty crazy. I do wonder what they're gonna do with him though, like, because his Bay got split in half now, right? Luinor got completely fucked. But the fact that, oh my god, that the Louis reintroduction, by the way, like episode 32 or episode 33, I don't remember which one, that was so goated, man. Like, I don't even know what to say. It was so fucking goated. It was just so cool from the start, man. And then he just kept winning and winning and winning and beating everyone. Until, eventually getting to the individual tournament, right? Definitely goated fight, by the way, between Free and Louis. But yeah, always love Louis. All right, next one. Holy shit, dude. This was a generational run, bro. Like, literally, okay, I love the fact that we didn't get shown too much of him at the start, like when he was at Raging Bulls. We got shown, a little bit there and there, right? And then him going to the snake pit, becoming Red Eyes. Okay, Red Eyes phase, I loved it. Him like 1v5ing Volt and the others, so fucking cool. Loved every bit of it. With was it Legend Spryzen, right? So fucking sick. And then him fighting Louis and then losing, and then becoming Spryzen himself after that arrangement thing. Becoming Requiem Spryzen, like, oh my god, that was a fucking another level. And I was just amazed by the animation. It was so fucking cool. Spryzen taking over his body in a way, right? It was so fucking sick, man. But I definitely didn't like the way we kind of like ended it, Like, what was Fedor's, I guess, like, goal in the end? Because we never really got anything, I guess, concrete or solid of, like, it ended so fast. Like, Volt just defeated Shu, and then he's kind of like back to normal. Theodore, what was the after plan? There was like nothing, right? So I was definitely wish it ended in. I wish they kind of extended it more and expanded on it more. Obviously, with like the villain Theodore, but he kind of got like no repercussions in a way, right? So definitely super solid. I definitely loved it. Did I like him? Okay. Yeah, I think I liked him the most. I think I got to put him first then. All right, Volt. Okay, Volt's like, you know how it is with Volt. His character's like decent, but he's not like my favorite MC. Like, I don't mind him, but I definitely have to admit though, he was getting cooler near the end. Obviously, like during the last few arcs, right? The last few eps. Fucking sick. I do think he's a solid S for me, 100%. This arc. At the start, he was pissing me off though. It was annoying the fact that every time we get a new season, we always get a clear power drop in the MC, right? And I really hate that part. That is one thing I don't like. When you don't accurately, show or represent like a MC in a new season. That's one thing I do not like. And it was kind of shown, right, from Volt at the start, losing to Silas, even with the sprint boost. But yeah, one thing that also annoyed me, I guess, is like the amount of time it took for him to scale, right? It took him so long to master his Bay, so long to scale, and it was just like, damn, he's kind of pissing me off, Like, we're losing these simple battles. Obviously, when he was still starting at BC Salt, right? Obviously, it was better near the end. Like the growth was just, through the roof. And the fact that he could just like casually just do sprint boost as well in the individual tournament, how come we just didn't do that earlier, man? Like, I feel like he could have done that with before Strike Valkyrie, with Genesis Valkyrie. He didn't do it very much. 100% could have done it earlier with more. But yeah, just didn't show that. But yeah, this is pretty much my tiers. I know there's some like other characters missing, like Chris, like the manager, Tracy. I mean, Chris, the owner of BC Soul, I think she was pretty solid, man. I quite liked her. I think I'll put her like low B. You got like Angie and like C, obviously. I mean, she was feeding the boys, so maybe B as well. Who else was there that's missing in this list? Just trying to remember. You kind of got, I guess, like Wakia's squad and stuff, but yeah. I don't know why, but tier list maker doesn't, like, you guys don't make tier lists showing like every individual season. You know what I mean? For some reason, for Burst, it's like all the seasons, and then even when I found this one, it doesn't have all the characters. So, and I can't be bothered making my own. So yeah, but yeah, this is pretty much, I guess, is a pretty solid list. I don't really think I would change anything here. Like, I actually quite comfortable with how this is. Yeah, I quite like this. Yep, I think this would be my final list. All right, let's move on to the top 10 power ranking. Okay, first, I mean, like, obviously, because he won, you just have to say Volt, right? Number two is a bit hard. It's like, do I put Free or do I put Shu? Because we never got that match between the two. And like, it's hard to say because Volt also, he didn't use sprint boost against, wait, no, did he? He did. Yeah, he did. Okay. It's a bit hard to say because Free forfeited, right? But obviously, Volt, if it looked like from what we saw, Volt had a harder time against Shu than Free, though. Obviously, we didn't know the final result between Volt and Free. But I think we just have to put Shu, right? Shu, okay. Slash okay, the thing is, do you guys like to separate Shu into 3 categories? I don't know, man. I guess you just put them as one. And third, 100% Free. Just like the veiny stuff is too crazy. I think 4 is a pretty solid Louis, right? I think there's like pretty solid top 4, like just straight up. I definitely, it's so hard to tell though, 2 to 4 or 2 to 3. Like Free and Shu can kind of like go either way. So I wouldn't like. You can't be upset at me if I put Free number 2 or Shu number 2. We just never got that result, right? All right, the question is number 5 though. Like, let me just look at these characters. Like, who do you have left? You have the Emperor, Norman, Silas, Xander. Okay, but like, if I put Emperor there, what about Kuza? Because Kuza did win, so it's like, I don't know, man. It's actually a bit hard to say. Obviously he did let down his guard, right? The Emperor also did beat Norman, so I think you have to put Kurt, right? I think Kurt is number 5, even though I know that Kuza did beat him, but I generally think it was just like a one-time thing, right? Obviously, Kuza did get that new move, right? The spinning moon dive. But I do think Kurt did let down his guard, but I think it's a solid Kurt. All right, this is where things get hard, man. Like 6 to 10, because it's like you have Boa. Okay, the thing is, Boa did beat Renwu, so like Renwu and Joshua Burns are kind of like out, in my opinion. It's like between Boa, you've got Norman, you got Silas. I think Silas is pretty solid, right? It's like Silas or Norman in my opinion here. Silas, Norman, and then you got Boa. Ooh, this is a pretty hard one. I don't know. I think I might put Silas. I think Silas was pretty good. And then I think I will go Norman. And then the question is 8, 9, 10. It's like who's left? You got Boa, Xander, right? Boa, Xander, Kuza, Rimwu, and Joshua Burns. It's actually a hard one to think, man. Silas, Norman, Boa. I mean, okay, to be fair, Boa did beat Xander and Renwu, so I think you have to put him here. Number 8. So 9, it's like I do want to put Kuza in, but like Kuza, he only bit the Emperor, and that's it. You still don't know how he does against everyone else, right? Like, I generally think he's still weaker than everyone else because he did lose to like Joshua Burns multiple times. So I feel like I just can't put him in, you know? So I think it's just like Xander. And then Joshua Burns, maybe? I think that's the list. Let me think. Oh, wait. Joshua. Let me just delete that. I think that's just the list. I don't know, man. I'm so unsure about like 8 to 10, man. I think 6 to 10 is like really hard to decide. But yeah, Xander, Joshua. Just trying to remember, is there like any other bladers that I'm like not thinking about? No, but I think that's pretty solid. I mean, it's like honorable mentions. Honorable mentions, right? Honorable mentions, you have Kuza. And you have Renwu, right? Yeah, I think those are like the honorable mentions. Other than that, who else was there? There's like no one else. Daigo, like how strong Daigo? I do like Daigo, but yeah, I don't think he's making it into the top 10, right? Yeah, but I think this is what the list would be. I think that's pretty solid. Obviously, I'm not too confident in the bottom side, but yeah, yeah, that's it for this video. I think this is my, you know, my ranking power tier list for who I think is the top 10 strongest in evolutions. Just let me know below what you guys personally think of. Also, you know, let me know down below your tier list as well, like who you guys think the top 10 were. But I do think I'm pretty solid. Obviously, I'm just like, sometimes it's like when you're like thinking back, you can't remember too much. I'm just trying to remember what happened between like some of the matches between these bottom players, right? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys are, you know, what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time. Laters.